Okay, so this is all a little bit strange. I've just been filming about using my smoker for the first time, and now all of a sudden I get a phone call saying actually my bees have arrived in a swarm, a rather big swarm, they say, which makes me worry a little bit. So I'm off to move my hive position quickly, and it's all systems go. So who knows? Okay, so as I mentioned, the swarm has just arrived in the hive. I'm suddenly a bit nervous. All the 6 months has culminated in this moment. Don't really know what I'm about to do, but I have to go and pick up the bees. They're in a care home, and actually a friend of mine from the Beekeeping Association seems to think they're her bees, so we'll see what happens. Apparently a big swarm, but now I don't really know what I need to do, but one thing's for sure, you can see the bee stand just there. I'm going to move it a little bit out of the way from the shed, because I think it's a little bit close to the shed. I'm also a little bit nervous because my feeder is meant to arrive on Wednesday, which apparently when a swarm swarms, the best thing to do is to put a feeder of sugar syrup on top, so that they actually can concentrate on actually building the comb rather than going out foraging for nectar and everything to build up stores. So I'm going to artificially give them that. Although my feeder arrives in 3 days' time, so I'm going to have to very quickly borrow a feeder from somewhere and get some sugar to make the sugar syrup, because I haven't got any sugar. So, bit of a mad dash panic, but hopefully in about 3 hours' time there'll be a hive on that bee stand or beehive stand there, and I'll actually be a proper beekeeper, not just a make-believe or a fake beekeeper, as one of our friends has called me. So, should all happen now.
Oh, there we are, there's my swarm. My fellow beekeepers picking it all up. There we are. There's the hive in the car boot. Close it all up. Right, fingers crossed.
So here we are, it's 9:25. I'm here outside this lovely care home, and I've just got the bees in. They are about 6 feet away from me in a great big box. It feels a little bit weird being in here, but I have to say I have been told to drive carefully, don't go around too many bends, and don't go around on too many bumpy roads. And considering I live in the middle of nowhere, full of country lanes, and I live on a completely bumpy farm track, it's making me a little bit nervous. But we'll see. It's quite exciting, really. The bees have actually come from a friend of mine from the Beekeeping Association, so I know they're good stock, as it were. I feel slightly guilty because she was there seeing my bees now, which were her bees about 2 hours ago. But my thanks to Susie for that, which is great, and we'll see how they get on. But I've got to get home, and hopefully I can get them housed in their new home before it gets dark, and I've got to start feeding them rapidly with some sugar syrup to make sure that they're happy. So fingers crossed. Okay, I'm just onto the home straight, which is the bumpy farm track. It's so weird when all the way here they seem to have been pretty calm. In the most bizarre thoughts going through my head of thousands of bees in the back of my car. I still can't hear anything. They've been pretty quiet. I thought I'd have been hearing a buzz, but nothing. They seem alright. Anyway, home to get some sugar syrup to give them a feed. Okay, so here I am. It's absolutely pitch black. I've got to get this stuff moving. Here are my bees. There they are, and I don't think you can make it out, but there's actually, underneath this strap, there's actually a bee just walking around. That would have been fun coming out, wouldn't it? Oh well, right. Let's get this stuff. Got to light the smoker again. Second time today.
It's a lovely sight, isn't it? You can just see the smoker and the car lights behind me, and you might just make out my stand. You know the scariest thing about this is that for the first time I'm doing something on my own with the bees. Quite frightening. But anyway, let's get them moving.
So I will be honest, this is not what I expected, but there's my
my beehive in position, and down here is my feeder. So I'm trying to work out the next steps. I think the next step should be, look, you can see the bees in there as well, is try and get the lid on and take these off and give them a feed. I think that's going to be my next step. So let's see. Okay, so in theory I've now set them out, and there we are. There's one little one. Hopefully he's going to go back in soon. But they've now been set 3 hives in position. Here's the feeder and my roof on top. So there we are. Go on, little mate, in you get. Oh, and another one pops out. Probably just having a little look at their new home. I'm now supposedly a beekeeper. Happy days.